everybody.
Afternoon.
We are off to the Darwin or the top end mud races.
Going through Hidden Valley at the moment. Just to the left us there's Pitch Straight at Hidden Valley.
I won't show you because you can't really see anything, but so yeah, apparently this is like what do you call them, big chunky car things with the big wheels, like super, no, I don't know, whatever they're called anyway, and a shit ton of mud, which I will give you the all the fun facts very shortly with how much mud there is, because there's like 5,349 tons of mud. That's what I'm going to go, so we'll have to double check that. What's yours?
10,000.
10? No, I think that's too much. Anyway, should be cool. Something very, very different.
Yeah,
for the two agent
should be interesting.
I'll show you more when we get there. So I actually just Googled how much mud is here, and there is 5,497 tonne of mud, so I was pretty close. I think it's $25 for an adult. I'm not sure what it is for a family, but I was under the impression it was actually at Hidden Valley where the V8s are, but it's not. It's in the complex, just not obviously where the V8s drive. So anyway, we're here now, so we'll tune out. Kids are all over here because apparently that's where you get all the mud, over there.
Alright, here we go. Dirty Harry.
Get dirty, get wild. Welcome to the top end mud racing. If you want a truly unique territory and experience, come along to a mud racing event. It's fully catered, fully fun, and for the whole family. There's 3 hours of action-packed fun as you sit and watch trucks and utes race each other through the muddy track against the clock. It's high-octane enjoyment for the whole family. Tickets are available at the gate and they are fully catered for, but you can also BYO. Bring your chairs, bring your rugs. Kids, get prepared to get muddy. It's just so great to see the kids, ranging from little kids up to teenagers, just having good, clean, not so clean, but fun, and just being kids. We thoroughly enjoyed it. Like I said, tickets are sold at the gate only. $50 for a family pass, which is 2 adults, 2 kids from 10 to 16. Adults 16 and over are $25, $10 concession, and $5 kids under 10. Like I said, BYO chairs, blankets, it's fully catered. BYO drinks, but strictly no glass. We've definitely enjoyed our night at the mud races. Make sure if you're up here when they're on, check them out. It is absolutely pouring outside, absolutely. Bernie went to the toilets at the amenities block and was coming back to cook tea at the barbecue, but he's stuck over there. It is absolutely. We are underneath massive trees. I can hear branches falling on top of the caravan, so hopefully they don't do any damage, and hopefully something big doesn't fall on it. But anyway, looking out there doesn't look that bad, but mate, when it rains up here, it rains, and there's like flash flooding pretty much. I just saw a two-wheel drive coming in, must be going to one of the caverns or something, and you can see the water on the roads in the caravan park, just chockers. Anyway, don't know where this storm come from, because literally 15 minutes ago the sun was out, so welcome to the monsoon season, which I don't know if it's hit yet or not. Apparently it has, but the weather's been not too bad, so and minimal rain. Oh, gonna be a good clap of thunder in a minute. Big lightning then, so there it is. Anyway, hopefully Granny gets back here safely. You might have to swim. Wait and see. What Bernie actually needs is a labyrinth of underground tunnels. That would help him a lot, won't it, Pax? I'm not sure if you can see that stick there. That's pretty much fallen from the tree. It's just like, oh, where's my hand? Just there. That has fallen from the tree and just pretty much gone straight into the ground. Mate, they are weapons. So, the other day we went to the Bombing of Darwin service, and today we're actually doing the cruise on Darwin Harbour.
Morning. We are.
Should be good. Quite a nice day.
Yeah, apparently this cruise will take you to all the significant sites that happened on the bombing of the Darwin, obviously sinking of the ships, and where the submarine cables and stuff and that like that was in. So we'll find out a little bit more when we get there.
We will. Goes for about an hour. Do you remember how much it was?
$40, I think.
$45, I think. I'll have to double check that. Something like that.
Cheaper if you book through, Darwin Tourist Info. I think you get about $3 off or something.
Anyway, it's a nice day. She's a bit warm though, a bit humid after that huge storm last night.
It was a big one.
It was. We saw some photos of some big cracks of lightning. Is that what you call it? Crack of lightning.
Yep.
Massive. Yeah. That was more in town though than out here, but because we're still in Howard Springs, which is about 25 odd minutes to the centre of Darwin. Anyway, it should be nice. Nice weather, be nice on a boat. There's no breeze, so it shouldn't be choppy.
Yeah.
Which is good for the seasickness part of it. Anyway, it should be good. We'll show you more when we get there.
Okay.
We're down at the marina, or Fisherman's Wharf, I think it actually is. Wish we were going on this boat instead of the one we're going on. Mate, she's huge. It is a Holland America line. Beautiful ship. Nice day to be in Darwin. This cruise normally goes for 75 minutes and is $65, but we went on a special for the Bombing of Darwin Memorial and it only went for an hour and cost $45. On the 19th of February 1942, lives changed forever, none more so than the crews of the 27 Allied ships that had been anchored in Darwin Harbour. On this cruise, you explore historic landmarks along Darwin's shoreline aboard a state-of-the-art vessel, bringing history to life on the water. You will visit Stokes Hill, Fort Hill Wharf, explore the oil tanks and discover the wreck site of USS Peary, along with other significant World War II landmarks. Tens of thousands of Australian and Allied personnel served in and around the port of Darwin in the 1940s, when it was in the front line of the Pacific Theatre. Yet in the early 1942, Darwin, with its wide open harbour facing enemy territory to the north, and with Japanese forces making a rapid sweep through Southeast Asia, it was vulnerable, if not totally ill-equipped, when enemy bombers and fighters flew over and bombed the town just before 10 a.m. on the 19th of February 1942. It was a vicious assault, and it was also the first time that Australia as a sovereign state had come under direct attack from a foreign enemy. A few days before Darwin was bombed on 19th of February, Australians were deeply shocked by the news arriving from overseas. Much to their disbelief and utter dismay, Singapore, Britain's supposedly invincible island fortress in Southeast Asia, had fallen on the 15th of February. The Australian 8th Division was lost, and almost 15,000 Australian troops had subsequently become prisoners of the Japanese. This news now brought incursion fears for much closer to home, and rightly so. Indeed, in the days preceding the raid on Darwin, enemy aircraft had been sighted by observers on Bathurst and Melville Islands to the north. Reports were radioed to the mainland, but remarkably they were not acted upon with any urgency. It was to prove a fatal, albeit arguably pardonable, oversight. Quite simply, Darwin was not prepared. The 6,600-ton motor vessel MV Neptuna, with its cargo of 200 depth, caught fire and exploded beside the wharf, killing 45 men on board. It was not the only catastrophe on the wharf. At least 21 labourers gathered for their morning smoko were killed when the heavy bombing destroyed much of the jetty. The 19th of February attack on Darwin began when 9 low-flying Zero fighters attacked an auxiliary minesweeper, the HMAS Gunbar, as it passed through the boom protecting the entrance to Darwin Harbour. Other Allied ships in the crowded harbour, there were 47 in total at the time, were subsequently hit by dive bombers and machine gun attacks. As explosive missiles rained down on the town, a direct hit on the Darwin post office killed the postmaster and his family, together with 6 young women who were also staff, desperately sheltering in a hand-dug silt trench recently built outside. The residence of the administrator of the Northern Territory was also bombed. 80 minutes after the first raid, the second commenced and lasted for 20 devastating minutes. During the brief yet furious attack, Japanese aircraft bombed the Darwin RAF base. 6 lives were lost, much of the base was damaged, and 9 stationary aircraft, including 6 Hudsons, were destroyed. It was clearly apparent that the enemy had scored a major success at very little cost, and they would attack again between the 19th of February 1942 and the 12th of November 1943. The Japanese targeted the northern port town of Darwin and its surrounds 64 times in stealthy raiding missions from the skies. Sadly, the exact numbers killed on the 19th of February 1942 are still argued over by historians because some of the remains were never found. The attacks on that fateful day focused on the naval base, the RAF base, and the civilian aerodrome, and other military and civilian facilities. After the initial attack, the Allied navies largely abandoned the naval base at Darwin, dispersing most of their forces to other locations. Today, this is where the Peary lies, in approximately 27 metres of water on a silty seabed. Today we pay our respects to the fallen. Just before the attack on Darwin Harbour, the USS Peary was preparing to take fuel from the tanker, and the crew did not have enough warning to raise the anchor and carry out any high-speed manoeuvres which may have saved her. Official records state that the Peary was hit by 5 bombs. Only 4 exploded, but it was enough to sink her. Peary sank stern first, with more than half the crew losing their lives, either killed by explosions, burnt in the blazing oil that surrounded the ship, or drowned. Including the captain, 92 were killed or missing, but only 7 of the bodies were recovered. 57 men survived, of which 20 were wounded. These reports are returning machine gun fire from the crew as they slipped beneath the oily waters of Darwin Harbour. This was the largest and most devastating raid on Darwin, with at least 60 raids to follow with our crews. It was good, don't get me wrong, but we thought it would go to more places that were affected by the bombing, because we know there's a lot more around the coastline of Darwin especially. The guy that was on the boat, very knowledgeable, told us lots of stories and stuff, but it only took us to 4 spots where the bombs went off. We got an Anzac Bicky, which was nice, and we also paid our respects to the US naval people that's boat sank. So we threw some frangipanis out onto the water and paid our respects, which was really nice actually. And like I said, it was good. It was nice when the boat was going, because it was really hot when it was still. The water was amazing, like a mill pond. But just a little bit disappointed in what we didn't see. Not what we saw, but what we didn't see. I suppose you can only fit so much into an hour cruise, but I think there should have been a few more things on there, unfortunately. But maybe check it out, but I don't think I would recommend it, sadly. Wow, Jaffa's favourite show's on. His head is freezing because it is so cold. We got the aircon on 24 because it's like 6 degrees. Broken Hill. Off to Dubbo we go. We just heard the car.
Come on.
Just on the telly, buddy. Do you miss them? Yeah, he's done. Are you watching Bernie and Trina? Are you watching Bernie and Trina? It's a good boy. Oh. I think he misses you. Do you miss Trina? Oh, poor boy. It's on the TV.
They're not
It's just on the TV.
Here we are at Western Districts Cemetery, just been to visit Grandma Pop.
They're not here, little man.
And
Don't forget to tune in next week where there's more adventures of 2 Asian Aussies. Thanks for all your support. See you later.